Hi students, welcome back. Today I am discussing about certain problems related to average speed and instantaneous speed. Our first question, the distance traveled by the train along the x-axis starting from the origin is given by x is equal to 70 minus 3t square by 4. Distance traveled by the train is given. Distance traveled x is equal to 70 minus 3t square divided by 4. Okay. The average speed of the train in the interval t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 seconds is. We want to find out the average speed. Okay. To find out the average speed, we want to, first of all, we want to find out what about the speed at time t is equal to 0 and what about the speed at time t is equal to 2 seconds. For this, at time t is equal to, what about the speed? Speed v is equal to V is equal to rate of change of distance. Speed is equal to rate of change of distance. That is, we want to find out the derivative of this distance. And that derivative becomes equal to 7 minus 60 divided by 4. Okay, we all know that how to find out the derivative. Therefore, velocity V is equal to velocity or speed is equal to 7 minus 60 divided by 4. Now we want to put the value of time t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 2 in this equation. Then we will get velocity or speed at time t is equal to 0. That's equal to 7 minus 6 into 0 divided by 4. That is equal to 7 meter per second. And the speed at time t is equal to 2. That's equal to 7 minus, that's equal to 7 minus 6 into 2 divided by 4, that's equal to 4 meter per second. Okay, now we have two speeds. Speed at time t is equal to 0 and speed at time t is equal to 2 seconds. From these two speeds, we can find out the average speed. Average speed V average is equal to V average, that is equal to 7 plus 4 divided by 2. Okay, average speed is equal to 7 plus 4 divided by 2. That's equal to 5.5 meter per second. Okay, this is the average speed of the train in the interval at time t is equal to 0 to time t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, our second question. The change of position coordinate of a body with time t is given by the expression x is equal to 12t square minus 3t plus 5. Okay, here the position, change in position coordinate is given. Position x is equal to 12t square minus 3t plus 5. This is the equation for the position. The acceleration of the body is, we want to find out the acceleration. We all know that. What about the velocity from the position? Velocity is equal to rate of change of distance, or the rate of change of position is known as velocity. From velocity, we can find out what about the acceleration. Acceleration A is equal to rate of change of velocity. Okay. Here we want to find out acceleration. Therefore, first of all, we want to find out the velocity. Then from the velocity, we want to find out acceleration. Okay. First of all, we can take what about the velocity or speed. Velocity V is equal to rate of change of position. That means we want to take the derivative of this position. When we take the derivative, it becomes equal to 24t minus 3. Okay. From velocity, we want to find out acceleration. To find out the acceleration, take derivative of velocity. Then acceleration A is equal to, on taking the derivative of velocity, acceleration becomes equal to 24. Okay, this is the value of acceleration. Therefore, the acceleration of the body is 24 meter per second square. In this question, position is given. Position is equal to 12t square minus 3t plus 5. From that position, we can find out velocity. Velocity is equal to 24t minus 3. Then from the velocity, we can find out acceleration. Acceleration is equal to 24 meter per second square. Okay. Our third question is, a body is moving under a constant acceleration of 10 meter per second square. The acceleration of the body is given. Acceleration is equal to 10 meter per second square. Okay. Along a straight line, then the corresponding position time relation may be. We want to find out what about the position time relation. Position time relation is given in the options. In these questions, we can find out the position time relation from the option itself. Okay. When we, first of all, we want to take the option 1, option A. Option A is equal to, position time relation for the option A is S is equal to 5t square plus 3t plus 4. Okay. From this position, we can find out velocity. Velocity is equal to 10t. On taking the derivative of position, velocity is equal to 10t plus 3. Okay. Again, we want to find out acceleration. Acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. Again, we want to take the derivative of velocity. Derivative of velocity is 10. Therefore, acceleration is equal to 10 meter per second square. The fourth question, the position of the particle is given as x is equal to 6t square plus 5t plus 10. Okay, position is given. Position x is equal to 6t square plus 5t plus 10. Find out the initial velocity of the particle. We want to find out initial velocity. Initial velocity means what about the velocity at time t is equal to 0. Initial velocity means the velocity at time t is equal to 0. Okay. For this, first of all, we want to find out what about the velocity. Okay. Velocity can be found out by taking the derivative of position. That is v is equal to d by dt of x. That's equal to 12t plus 5. This is the velocity of the particle. Now we want to find out what about initial velocity. Initial velocity means velocity at time t is equal to 0. Now we want to put t is equal to 0. Therefore, velocity v is equal to 12 into 0 plus 5. That is equal to 5 meter per second. Okay. This is the velocity. This is the initial velocity of the particle. Initial velocity is equal to 5 meter per second. Our next question is, the displacement of the particle is given as x is equal to 6t square minus 24t plus 10. Displacement of the particle is given. That displacement is x is equal to 6t square minus 24t plus 10. Displacement of the particle is given. The time in which the particle comes to rest is, we want to find out the time when the particle comes to rest. The particle comes to rest means the velocity of the particle is equal to 0. The particle comes to rest means velocity of the particle is equal to 0. Okay. Therefore, first of all, we want to find out what about the velocity from this displacement. Okay. Velocity v is equal to, velocity v can be find out by taking the derivative of this displacement. Then velocity is equal to 12t minus 24. This is the velocity. Okay. On taking the derivative of displacement, we get velocity as 12t minus 24. Now, when we put v is equal to 0, the particle comes to rest means velocity is equal to 0. Then when v is equal to 0, 0 equal to 12t minus 24. Okay. On rearranging this equation, 24 equal to 12t, then t is equal to 24 divided by 12. Okay. T is equal to 24 divided by 12, that is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, this is the time taken for the particles to comes to rest. Okay. Next question. A person travels from his house to office which is located at 2.5 kilometer. A person travels from his house to office which is at a distance 2.5 kilometer. House to office, the distance travelled is equal to 2.5 kilometer, that is equal to 2500 meter. Okay. If he covers the first 1500 meter at a speed of 15 meter per second, the first 1500 meter covers with a speed of 15 meter per second, that's also given. Okay, the first 1500 meter covers with a speed of 15 meter per second. Okay. And the remaining at a speed of 10 meter per second. What about the remaining distance? The remaining distance is equal to 1000. Okay, 1000 meter with a speed of 10 meter per second. Okay, that's also given in the question. We want to find out what about the average speed computed for the entire trip. We want to find out the average speed. Okay, which equation is used here? Average speed V average is equal to, okay, we know that the equation S1 plus S2 divided by S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2. This equation is used here. Okay, what about the total distance S1 plus S2? S1 plus S2 is equal to 2.5 kilometer, that is equal to 2500 meter. Divided by, what about S1? S1 is equal to 1500 meter. 1500 divided by velocity is equal to 15 plus, what about S2? S2 is equal to 1000. 1000 divided by 10 meter per second. Okay. On solving this, 2500 divided by, here it's equal to 100. Plus here it becomes equal to 100. Okay, 2500 divided by 200. Okay, that's equal to 2500 divided by 200. Okay, zeros get cancelled. Then the average speed, V average is equal to 25 divided by 2. 25 by 2 is equal to 12.5 meter per second. This is the average speed. Okay. If we know the equation to find out average speed, it is very easy to find out what about the average speed. Average speed is equal to 12.5 meter per second. Okay. Our next question. The speedometer of a car measures. What about the speedometer? Speedometer which measures the instantaneous speed. Okay. Speedometer of a car which measures instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed. Speedometer of a car measures instantaneous speed. Okay. Next question. The acceleration of a body is 10 meter per second square. Acceleration is given. It's equal to 10 meter per second square. Then acceleration time graph will be. What about the acceleration time graph? Okay, acceleration which is taken along the y-axis and time is taken along the x-axis in acceleration time graph. What about the acceleration time graph? Okay, from the data given acceleration is equal to 10. It's a constant value. So what about the acceleration time graph? It's also a straight line which is parallel to time axis because acceleration does not varies with time. Okay. So it's a straight line which is parallel to time axis. Okay. If the acceleration is like this, acceleration is equal to 10 into t. What about the acceleration time graph? Acceleration time graph will be again a straight line, but it is passing through the origin. Okay, like this manner. Acceleration that varies with the time. Okay. Therefore, here we can write acceleration time graph is a straight line which is parallel to the time axis. Okay. Next question. The direction of motion of a body at any instant is determined by. Okay. The direction of motion of a body is determined by its displacement. Okay, displacement is the answer. Displacement of the body which gives the direction. I think this topic is clear for you. If you like this video, please subscribe and enable the bell button. Thank you.